Hi Foxes, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome! This is my 8th What Sold video. So every Monday morning at 8 a.m. I do a video about what sold the week prior, and yeah, we're on number 8, which means that I've been doing this for 2 months now. And I was curious how you're all liking these videos, whether or not they're helpful or coming out at a good time of day, or if you have any comments on other things that you would like to see me include in this video, or just, you know, anything that you feel like you want to leave me feedback about. Go ahead and do it now, because we are at that 2-month mark and I'd like to keep going. But I would also like to hear what's working for you and what's not. So next week there will actually not be a video for what sold, because I will be on vacation. Yay! Taking a much needed break. Just taking the whole week off from really social media, and I will have another video that goes live this Thursday, because this week right now is the week that I am on vacation. So I will be gone until Sunday. We'll be driving 18 hours over 2 days, so I'm not going to get back and film a what sold video for the following Monday morning. So there's not going to be a video next week, but then the week after that I will have a double what sold video, so you'll see what sold for 2 weeks time. And so that should be a pretty long and a pretty good one. And hopefully I will come back feeling refreshed and glad to be making more YouTube videos. So there's this video this week, and then on Thursday I have my February reading wrap up, where I go over the books that I read in February and just talk about them. And there weren't very many, but I did read some really good books, and if you like books, I hope that you will tune in. They are a video that I just kind of do for myself, because I love books and I love talking about books, and I don't really have anyone to do that with anymore, because I used to work at bookstores. I managed bookstores for a really long time. So I was always surrounded by book people, and now I'm not. So this is just kind of my way of making that connection again. So if you like books, look out for that video on Thursday. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and dive right into what sold last week. And as always, from this point on, the video will not be edited, except for to put in pictures of what sold. This is just it makes it easier for me to get out multiple videos a week. And so we are going to be doing the week of March 1st to March 7th for this video. Now, the week started off awesome on Etsy. I was going back and forth with this person who sent me a message about one blouse that I had listed on Etsy, and in the listing I had mentioned that it was part of a 7-piece silk set, and that, you know, I hadn't listed the others, but you could message me if you were interested in other pieces. So when I first got this set, I was like, there's just like no way that anyone would ever want 7 pieces of the exact same print in this like silk. And I was like, I can't even believe that this original woman bought this, like, that many pieces of this silk print. But the person messaged me and she was like, what other pieces do you have? I'm looking for 70s, I'm looking for silk. And I was like, yep, they're all 70s and they're all silk and they're all in the same print. So I sent her pictures of the different pieces that I had, which was a shawl, a tank top, 2 skirts, and a blazer, and a blouse, and a belt. I think that's 7. So that is what I had in this print, and she was like, how much for all of it? And I was like, you want to buy all of this print? All of these pieces? And so I gave her a price, and she was like, all right, let's do it. So I changed the listing for her. If you hear jumping. My kid is dancing upstairs. And so I sold all 7 pieces of the silk print for $200. And I'm not mad about it. I mean, that's... I think it's cool that they're all going to the same person, and yeah. So $200, and I did give her free shipping on that because she was in the US, and silk is relatively lightweight, so it wasn't too much to ship. So the next day, Tuesday, I sold this little 2T children's outfit with little cars on it, and it was like rainbow pants, and I just got this message from this buyer who said that she runs an Instagram thrift account and she has been on the hunt for a rainbow car outfit for her son's birthday party. I'm like, that's super specific, and this like matches that perfectly, so that was pretty cool. I love just being able to fill a need like that, and hopefully she got it and it fits her little boy. She paid $20.99 plus shipping, and yeah, so that was just kind of like a random fun sale. Next up was March 4th. I had a pretty good week last week on Etsy, so pretty happy. This is, I've been talking about international sales on Etsy, you guys, and I cannot stress enough, if you are not doing international sales on Etsy, I highly encourage it. If you go into your shipping settings, you can fill out information that will make it auto sign your customs forms, and just everything is so simple and easy. I don't really have to do anything different other than attaching maybe multiple little forms onto the package. Sometimes I don't even have to do that depending on where it's going. But this was a 1970s corduroy dress. It was like a really pretty floral, and it had like little lace on the shoulders. It was an extra small, extra small. And it got a lot of attention when it was listed, and it ended up selling to Japan. So I thought that that was really cool. It went to Tokyo. I just love thinking that maybe someday I'll be in Tokyo and I'll see this person wearing this dress. But it was super cute. She paid $55.99 for the dress itself, $53 for shipping. She wanted priority, so I don't know, but I was happy to send it off on its way, and yeah, not mad about that. The next sale went to a repeat buyer of mine. I am not sure if she watches my YouTube videos or not, but she purchased this Lucite pressed flower necklace. I purchased this at Savers recently. I just like caught my eye. It's a little more than I usually pay for jewelry. I paid $5 for it. And I listed it for $27.99, and she bought it pretty quickly, I think same day or next day. So I was very happy to send that on to her. And she buys a lot from my Poshmark closet. I feel like this is the first time she's ever bought from Etsy, but I actually didn't have this piece listed in Poshmark because I was pretty confident it would sell over on Etsy. So next up was a Ann Taylor cropped mohair sweater. I bought this as part of my dark academia like lookbook thing that I was doing, and it was just like a cropped mohair sweater. It had the nice long bold block print Ann Taylor tag in the back. $35.99 for that, and then the buyer paid shipping. So unfortunately, Etsy does not tell me, like, let me have a place to put in how much I paid for something. So I have that information in Poshmark, but not on Etsy. I think I paid around $7 or $8 for this sweater. Yeah, but I mean, it sold pretty quickly within a month, so. Next up was another top that I purchased at Savers, except this one I bought back when I was buying for my holiday collection. I actually did not get this listed in time with my holiday collection. I ended up getting overwhelmed. I bought too much stuff. So I listed it around Valentine's Day, and it ended up selling on March 5th. It sold for $33.99. I believe I paid $3 for this one, and the buyer paid shipping and sales tax, and that went to the US. So okay, next up, another thing I bought for the dark academia look I was going for, and that was just these little bar earrings. They had like tassels hanging from them, and I just thought they were kind of like dainty and just sort of a wear-all, like you could wear it with anything. And they weren't like super nice quality or anything like that. They were definitely more like 80s costume jewelry. So I listed them for $16.99. I paid $2 for them at Savers, and they sold pretty quickly, I'd say within a week, for the full price, and then the buyer paid shipping on that one as well. And then on March 7th, I had 2 more sales on Etsy. One of them went to China, and she bought 3 different items. So she bought this like vintage floral handmade cheongsam dress with like the high mandarin collar, you know, kind of that like traditional, you might think of like a Chinese silhouette. But definitely not made in China. It was just like someone from the 60s taking that like aesthetic, and I think a home seamstress making that into a dress. But that one sold for $55.99. Then I sold these Levi's pencil skirt. It was a 1970s pencil skirt from Levi's. That one sold for $44.99. And then last up was this black freshwater pearl necklace that I had listed. It was my own. I bought it a very long time ago, and I listed it for $25.99, and then she added that to her bundle of the 3 items. She did have a discount, so she may have used, let's see, it doesn't say, but she might have used like my Instagram discount. New buyers get 10% off if they follow me on Instagram. So she did have a discount of $12.70, and then she paid shipping to China. And yeah, so somewhere around $114 for those 3 items. So I was very happy to send those off. And then next up was this vintage forest green sweater vest. If you did not know, sweater vests are like super trending right now. So if you see any that kind of have like that preppy style, or maybe they're just like a solid color and they're affordable, I do recommend picking them up because they're getting a lot of attention right now. This one I bought for my holiday collection because it was that kind of like a rich Christmassy green. But after the holidays were over, I went in and changed some of the tags to reflect more of like the academia side, and this one ended up selling for $33.99 to someone here in the US. So I did not run any sales last week, but through Etsy I made quite a few very nice sales, and I was very happy with how the week turned out over there. Let's see what's going on over on eBay. I know I had at least one sale that they still have not paid for, so I'm not going to include that. Nothing really exciting has been going on over on eBay, even though I've been listing. I don't know, I haven't been seeing a lot of sales over there. So Last week was just a couple of the music book pamphlets. I had one buyer who bid on 2 of them and then sent me a message saying, wait, is this for the actual guitar or is it for a book? Because if it's just for a book, then please cancel my bid. And if it's for a guitar, I want to leave my bid. And I'm like, $15 for a vintage guitar, like, nobody. So I replied that it was for a book and that I couldn't cancel the bid. He had to go in and cancel the bid. And then he didn't do anything. He had like, I think, a day and a half left. He didn't do anything. And then the auctions ended and he won both of them. And then I sent him a message and I was like, or no, and then he paid for it. He paid for both. And then I sent him a message and I was like, I just wanted to check because I know that you were concerned that these weren't guitars, they were books. They are books, you paid for them, do you want me to ship them? And then he did not reply, and I was at the point where eBay was like, hey, ship these before we penalize you, and I was like, okay, I mean, I have to ship them at this point, so I packaged them up and I shipped them. They were international, and I mailed them off, and then he replied like a day later, and he's like, well, since you shipped them, I guess I'm getting them. And I'm like, why did you? So that was my eBay experience for the week. And then I sold one other of these guitar drum books, so I'm not going to go into detail about the other one, but yeah, not a lot happening over there. Alright, so Poshmark, let's see. So last week I kind of accidentally showed you the Thomas the Tank Engine hat. Not going to do that again. Then on March 1st, so Monday, I also sold this green Modcloth skirt. I definitely wanted a little bit more for this because it had the original belt, but I'm just trying not to be, I'm out of room in my storage, and I'm trying not to be too finicky about the prices that I take for things. And if I'm making a decent amount of money on it, then I'm trying not to just like eke out that extra few dollars. I'm trying to just like let it go, move on. I have a ton of other stuff to list, so while I normally would have tried to hold out for $30 or $35 for this skirt, I sold it for $25. I think I paid $7 for it from ThreadUp, so I made somewhere around $13 or $14 after all of the fees and everything. So not amazing, but it didn't sit for too long, and those are a reliable flip for me, and I'm just gonna roll with it. Next up was a vintage skirt. I had this listed for a little bit, and the buyer sent me an offer of $30. Actually, I can't remember. They might have sent me an offer of $25, and then I countered at $30. I know I had it listed around like $45. But yeah, I ended up getting $24 for this. I don't remember how much I paid for it because it was mine. It was in my closet, so I don't remember. This sold super quick, like within an hour or less of listing. And that was this corked jar wildflower necklace. So I had found this little corked jar with these wildflowers in it, and I loved it. I don't remember where I found it. It was either at the bins or like the flea market, and I picked it up for cheap, but it didn't have like a necklace or anything. It was just a little jar, and then it had a little loop. I tried so many different chains, and I could never get a chain through the little loop, so I never listed it. And finally, I was just having a day where I was photographing a bunch of jewelry, and I was like, let me break out my jewelry kit. I'm just going to add a jump ring and then add one of these chains that I have. Like sometimes you get chains in the Goodwill blue box, and I just save those for if I find a cool pendant. So that's what I did. I added a jump ring and added a chain, and then I photographed it and listed it on Poshmark and Etsy, And it did get some attention on Etsy very quickly, but someone sent me an offer on Poshmark. I countered back because I was confident that if I didn't sell it on Poshmark, it would sell on Etsy within a couple of days. But they ended up accepting my counter offer of $25, so I made $20 on that. I probably paid something like 50 cents or less for the little pendant, but yeah, I mean, I've had it for a few years now, just trying to find a chain, and I never could. So next up was another piece from my own closet. This was a little Modcloth dress. It was a little bit basic, but just like a very comfortable, wearable jersey dress in a nice purple color, and it had pockets, which was fantastic. I think I listed this around $34, and someone sent me an offer of $27, and I accepted that. So I made $21.60. Then I sold this bundle of little kids clothes. There was like a little mini Bowden shirt in there, and I think an Oshkosh shirt. And so it's just a little bundle of 3 things that were my son's, and I think I had it listed at 35 or something like that. Someone offered me 15, and I was like, hey, that's $12 in my pocket, and I don't have to deal with these kids' clothes anymore. So I accepted that. And then we are on March 5th now, so part of the way through the week. I think that was Friday, right? And I sent out some offers on Friday. March 5th. Yeah, Friday. So, did I send out offers on Friday? No, I sent out offers on Sunday. So, I lied. So, we were on Friday. Someone sent me an offer for this 41 Hawthorne Stitch Fix dress. They sent me an offer for, I think, $25. I believe I had it listed for $45. And this one was a size XXL, so I was like, 25, I mean, it's gonna sell. So I countered back a little bit higher, and they accepted. So they paid $30 for it, and then, so after my $5.50 that I paid for the piece, I made about $19 for it. Okay. Now we're on to Sunday. I did send out offers on Sunday. I sent 10% off my entire closet, and then I sent 20% off my entire closet, and I use Closet Assistant to do this. I don't sit there and do it all manually because I don't have time for that. So basically anyone new who liked items during the week, they got a 10% off offer, and anyone who had liked items and already gotten a 10% offer got a 20% offer. So this one sold to a customer who sent me an offer. I think I had it listed at 27. She sent me an offer for 20, and I accepted. She said that she was born in the 50s, and she either lived in London or traveled to London, and so this was really like a sentimental thing for her. And I was like, that's perfect. You take it, please. $20, excellent offer, love it. So she paid $20. I got $16. I do not remember. I think I got this at either the bins or flea market. I didn't pay a lot for it, but I was really happy to see that move on to someone else. Next up, someone took me up on one of my offers. I believe I had marked this top down for closet clear out, because when things get really old in my closet, then I send out offers, or I do closet clear out to drop the prices, and things almost never sell when I do that. Occasionally they do, but the real reason that I do it is so that the next time that I send offers, it will resend offers to everyone who has liked that item, because now I've price dropped it and I'm sending an offer on top of that. So that's really why I do closet clear out, to just like initiate all of those old likes. And then if nobody comes in and buys after I send offers on the already discounted price, then I either relist it or I pull it from my inventory and send it to consignment or whatever else I end up doing with it. So this one did sell. It sold for $19 plus I gave a shipping discount, so I made $12.74. I paid $1 for this at an estate sale. So I mean, still not too bad, but it did take a very long time to sell. So I think I just had it priced a bit too high because of that Diane von Furstenberg name. It's just a t-shirt, you know, so I think I should have priced it a little bit lower to begin with. The next thing that sold on Sunday was a plaid cotton jumper dress. This was so cute. I bought this at Savers for I think $8. And I think it was handmade because it was very, very nicely made, but the construction looked more on the modern side. It didn't really look vintage, but it just had that like a vintage aesthetic, I think. So I listed this probably a month ago and used the cottagecore tags, and it was a little pinafore dress. I had it listed for $78 and it got a lot of attention on Poshmark and on Etsy, and someone went ahead and sent me an offer for $60 on that. So I went ahead and accepted that. To me, that's a great offer. If I had it listed at $78 and someone offers me $60, I feel like that is very reasonable. So I made $48 on this, and then minus my cost of goods, I made about $40. That's great. Next up was a Modcloth dress. This sold, or no, I'm sorry, Modcloth skirt. This sold at 10% off with my offer to Liker, so they also got shipping discount. I had it priced at, I think, $34, and they got a 20. I'm getting confused here, but either way, they paid $28 for it, and yeah, so then they got the shipping discount, and my net earnings were $19.94. I got this as part of like a Modcloth reseller bundle pack that I purchased, and I think each item came out to about $5, so I made about $14.90 on that, so that's great. Then something sold that I forgot that I even had. I listed this last summer, I think, going into fall. It was a Easel brand like plaid peplum blouse. When we first sort of went into lockdown, a lot of people were trying ThredUp in new ways, and one of those ways was to search through the assorted brands or unbranded and to see what they could find in the outlet section that might be more valuable than ThredUp realized. And I did find some great things that way. This top was something I bought as part of ThredUp's outlet, so I did like a big order because the more that you order, the bigger your discount. So I think I probably paid about $4 or $5 for this piece. Easel, I believe, is just like a boutique type of brand, but it did end up selling for $22 with a shipping discount. Net earnings $15.14, and so that meant I probably made about $10 on it after my cost of goods. So not bad, but I forgot that I bought it. I forgot that I listed it. It sold. I was like, oh yeah, that thing. Next up was March 7th. And that was something that I had, again, I had price dropped it for closet clear out and then sent offers on top of it, and then someone sent me an even lower offer, and I was just like almost, well, I think they sent me an offer for 15 and I countered at 20, and then they didn't accept it, and then a few days later they ended up offering 18, and I was like, I don't want to accept this, but I've had it a long time. And it's just like, how much work do you want to put into something that you've already had listed for a long time? I could just take my $14.40 and move on with my life, or I could try and eke out another $5 from it by relisting it. And I didn't want to. So I paid $2 for it, so I ended up making $12.40. I thought that was really trendy and that it was cute and that it could have sold for more, but the reality is that it didn't. So I just, instead of dealing with it further, I just sold it, which is probably like the right business thing to do, you know. Okay, so the last sale for the week was this Carry, what is this? American Leather Company Carry Dome Satchel Crossbody Bag. So I found this at Savers. It was really pretty leather. It had a couple of little like scuffs on it, some weird stuff. I ended up cleaning it up a little bit with some Doc Martens, Wonder Balsam, and then I listed it for I think $75. The comps were good. I did look them up in the store, and then I sat on it for a few months and then didn't list it, and so I just listed this. Someone had sent me an offer for $40. We kind of went back and forth a little bit, and then we settled on $50. I paid, I think, $9 for this one, $8 or $9. And so my net earnings were $40 minus that cost of goods, so I made a little bit over $30, and it sold within like I think a day or two of listing. Yeah, and I used it in some photo shoots, so I was not mad about that. That was fine. So I had some decent sales on Poshmark, a lot of discounted sales, some just like bread and butter sort of stuff. Again, second week in a row, Etsy really took the cake. It was like my excellent platform, I guess. I have been smoking last year's numbers on Etsy. And I don't know if it's because I'm listing regularly. I'm trying to list every day. I have more items. I have more maybe desirable items. But just, yeah, I mean, stuff that I've had listed for a year, 2 years has been selling. Things that I listed like last summer. It's just, it hasn't necessarily been all of the new stuff. It's just, I don't know. Etsy's just putting me out there. I think because I've been really active on the platform. I've been directing a lot of traffic over to Etsy from my Instagram. So yeah, it's been treating me right and I'm not upset about it. So that is my sales for the week last week. I feel like we are climbing out of this like depressing February, and that we can kind of start looking forward into spring, and that people are getting a little bit excited about the weather. I know I am. So yes, I am here for it, and I can't wait to be shipping out a ton of packages full of beautiful spring dresses. That's my favorite thing to sell, is spring dresses. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you if this is like your first time watching this video, or maybe you've watched it once or twice before. Don't forget to subscribe, because that really helps grow my channel and I super appreciate it. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. Let me know whether you're liking these videos or if you have any feedback. And I will see you not next week, but the week after that for a double what sold video. And I hope you have an awesome week. Thanks. Bye.